Shanti in the kitchen garden. She's collecting herbs for herself and her family. Today the land belongs to her and her tribe. In the past, they had nothing. They were bonded laborers. A general meeting in 2005. The Adivasi tell the Fastenopfer project managers about their concerns.
We get nothing to eat on the landlord's estate and are always hungry. We have to guard the trees with the ripe mangoes all day, but we are not allowed to eat a single fruit.
9 years later, much has changed. The Adivasi have gained an identity. Their identity cards are proof of this. In the past, they were not even registered. They've learned to defend themselves. Thanks to their documents, they can demand from the state the services they're entitled to by law. The Adivasi were able to return close to the forest where they had lived before being driven out. The houses were built by the local government. Now there's water in the village, a hard-fought-for achievement. 2005, the Adivasi lived in straw huts. They had to fetch water from a long distance away. Adivasi men and women have equal rights in every respect, whether in the fields or in the household. These are the first Adivasi children allowed to go to school. At first, the villagers did not want to accept them. Indigenous peoples belong to the lowest castes and are as despised as untouchables. But then they and their parents fought back. Now they are integrated.
In the past, we were frightened of everyone. The landlords, the foresters, the police threatened and exploited us. Now we have rights. The right to go into the forest, the right to food at reduced prices, to our land, our grain bank. All this gives us security and power. Today, everyone respects us. We are not afraid of anyone.
Each family owns a plot, but they cultivate the land communally. Land not only provides the Adivasi with food and an income, but above all with a sense of belonging and dignity. Here they harvest millet, an old variety that had been forgotten and is now being planted again.
Three women are taking grains to the bank. The grain bank is one of the most important facilities of the Fastenopfer program. They have already been introduced in hundreds of Adivasi communities and have been a great success everywhere. After the harvest, every family takes a certain proportion of grain to the bank. The deposits are recorded. If there is a poor harvest or someone is in need, he or she can redeem their share. This protects the families against hunger. If necessary, they can also get seeds here. In the past, she used to look after the landlord's cows. Today, she takes the animals of her village community to pasture. These leaves help with diabetes. Adivasi are specialists in medicinal herbs, which they collect in the surrounding forests and exchange in the villages.
Kanapa the healer collected medicinal plants this morning and explains their effect. This herb, for example, is effective in combating agitation and fear. For AIDS, the Adivasi have no treatment. This mother visits her daughter Mutama's grave every day. She was raped when she was working for a landlord. A few years later, she died. Mutama was a strong woman, a courageous fighter. The Fastenopfer project managers miss her greatly, including at the meetings. Meetings were at the center of this project from the start. Here, the Adivasi can express their views. They're listened to and taken seriously. Here, joint decisions are taken and activities organized. Shanti also tells her children.
The land and the forest are our life. We owe everything to them. Don't leave them, take care of them, and remain close to them. Without them, we cannot survive.
In 2006, India passed the Forest Rights Act, which recognizes the indigenous people's right to the land of their ancestors.
The Adivasi know every tree and every plant. They collect roots, berries, fruit, medicinal herbs, honey, and firewood. Shanti is out and about with her daughter Murugama, with whom she shares her knowledge. These Adivasi have achieved an incredible amount in the last 15 years. Now they are independent and autonomous.
We are not involved with this village on project basis, which means our animators don't come for weekly meeting and we don't come to help them anymore in their grain bank activities and day-to-day activities. They have their own networking now, together with 16 villages nearby. They have their monthly meetings and time to time they invite us in their monthly meeting networking process so that we keep in touch with what is happening. And in case of emergency, we are still there to support them in advocacy, lobbying, or in legal intervention. So we don't wash off our hand.
The priest is in a trance. He calls Murama, the goddess of the forest. She speaks through him to her people. She is not yet completely satisfied. You have come a long way, but you can still achieve more. Above all, you must help the other Adivasi so they too can live a free life.
10% of India's population are indigenous peoples. That means 120 million human beings.